Welcome to Crest, where we focus on fundamentals for our directional bias and technicals for our entries. And we had a wonderful last week. Tomorrow, Monday, would be the last day for the first half of 2025, and also the last day for the second quarter of 2025. And what we do have on our calendar for this week is more on there's going to be more focus on the labor data, and the market is already pricing in a weak information data from the dollar. So going to the chart, what we do have, these are my zones. Why, if you look at this technically, this is a lower low, this is a lower high. Potentially this might be lower low, or it does this, then we might see a break, then we can start shorting from there. So that's what we are looking out for. And for that reason, if you go to your EU, we have a perfect zone, which is also a demand. You go to your GU, it's the same thing, and then you can go to your USD Swiss. And what we do have here is on the weekly. Let me clear all this. On the weekly, this is an area we look out for price to head up to. Looking at it from the 4 hours, where is the supply? This is the only supply that looks interesting to me. And then we have a last point of supply, but since they are too close, there's a potential for a liquidity grab. So potentially, I don't believe this zone should hold. I don't believe this D1 supply should hold, but you can look for confirmation when price gets to there. But I'm expecting it to be taken out. Probably we might see this and then a short. So that's what I'm looking out for this week, the dollar. Looking at the Swiss, since we are still in a risk of environment, I'm looking at Swiss strength. Going to your weekly time frame for the Aussie Swiss, this is bearish, and I'm still expecting this to continue to the downside on this time frame. But if you go to your weekly time, 4 hours time frame, to look at this is a lower low, and this is a lower high. We have a lower low. This was perfect lower high last week. So what are we looking out for? Upper week, and this was good continuations to the downside anyways. What I'm looking out for is a push to continue to the downside, and then we have our big swap, and then continuing to the downside. This is just what I'm looking out for this. So this is what I'm looking out for Aussie Swiss, and then we are looking at yen strength and weakness. And if I'm looking at yen weakness, if you go to your weekly time frame on the Swiss yen, this is massively going to the upside. This is a beautiful candle, and the potential of the next candle being bullish is there. So do we have any structure on our 4 hours? Potentially a structure. So we can say yes, this is a pattern. Alright, what I'm expecting is a push to the upside, then a pull back to this area, and then I continue longing. Because if you look at this on the daily time frame, that's perfect D1 rally base rally. It's that simple. That's what I'm looking out for the Swiss. And you know, the euro and the pound are kind of strong, so I'm still bearish on euro AUD. Looking at this and the 4 hours, this was being a perfect setup, and we had another one here, but it did not come to our zone literally, so that's why I did not take it. If you look at it from a daily time frame, it might go higher, but I expect a push to continue to the upside. The euro card is same thing. Looking at it from a weekly time frame, so if we expect price to push down, if I could see price head to this area, then I will look for longs. Same thing goes for the euro yen. So this is just what I'm looking out for. The euro yen should continue to the upside. It should rally to the upside, but the question is, this is our high, this is our low, so this would be a perfect area to keep longing. And then we have the euro NZD, which is quite interesting. Looking at this from a weekly time frame, we are looking to long this guy. I don't expect a deep pullback anymore, because this is already reacting from this H4 demand. So, but the thing is, the market might do this before coming here and it goes back up, but it might continue to the upside. That's what we're looking out for. It's just the same thing with the GA and the G card. It's equivalently the same thing. You just have to understand where your zones are. The G card has gone so far away, but if we could have a pullback to this area, it would be perfect. Then the GN is looking good. We're looking at price going as high as 200 to 202 area. Looking at that candle, it's perfect to long on the 4 hours time frame. Potentially price might balance off here, and then we push to the upside. Then if you look at it from the daily time frame, this is a structure on its own, and should there be a push dip, we are still looking to long, because that will be like a support resistance area. And the GN, of course, you know, we've been looking at GN for quite some time now, looking at it from the 4 hours weekly and the 4 hours. So this is still looking for longs. We're still looking for longs on this guy. The worst case scenario is price coming into this area. Yes, why? Because let me delete everything. I'm in this position. Why? Because this was a lower low and lower high, a lower low. Now this is a higher high. So the break of structure, this maybe you could consider entire space as demand. So that's what I'm looking out for on this, and basically that's what I'm looking out for the week. Yeah, another thing is the silver and gold. Silver, I expected silver to pull back to the downside. That's created a higher high. So this is a break of structure. So I'm expecting silver to continue to the downside. At least to this area, 34.64 area. Then it can get to 33.5. So this is short for me. It's the same thing as that. I'm looking for gold. If you look at it, yes, fine, I was looking for longs on gold, but then I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, so this is the weekly time frame, this is the daily time frame. We have had our high, we've had our low, and then we have this high, but this is a low. Fine, it's good. We can consider this a breakout structure, and then we can start looking for longs right here. So I was expecting a continuation. Yes, I got I was holding the position for at least 2 days. Still, I got something out of it, and I got that short. I got in through these longs here, yes, at this area, and then I got in at these shorts here. So fine, this is it. I react to the market. Now the reason why I'm looking for longs is because if you look at this price action, this is a lower low. Let me use this. This is a lower low, this is a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Could there be a lower low in this area? If yes, then we have a push. So this is the push I will be looking out for, and then maybe we could see a change to continue. Very simple. That's what we are looking out for gold. But if there is no change, we keep shorting it. And where am I looking out for the shorts to get to? So the 3000 area, if you remember very well. Yeah, it's 3000 area. So that's it for the week. Have a lovely trading week.